If you have not heard, one of the biggest Derby parties of the year is happening at 21C. Jack Harlow is the honored guest at Steve's Derby Eve party happening on May the 6th. Joining us in studio, the man behind the party. We can't believe we have him here. Steve Wilson, come on out. Steve.
Hi. How are you, Claudia?
Oh, welcome to Great Day Live.
Oh, thank you.
I love this jacket.
You dressed for Derby
no,
already.
you just outdressed me. My goodness,
No
welcome.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Thank you. Is this your first time here?
It
In
is.
studio.
First time on your show.
Oh my goodness, welcome.
Thank
It is
you.
such an honor and a pleasure to have you here.
Well, I'm honored
It
to be here.
is. So tell me about Steve's Derby Eve. You're like Oprah, where we're just going by first name to launch a party.
Oh, my.
But I mean, a party with Jack Harlow?
Well, I've been doing parties for a long time, so but this one is going to be special. You know, Jack Harlow, of course, is from Louisville, and he's extremely popular right now. He's on the cover of Rolling Stone this month, and he sang on the Grammys. And
He mentioned 21C. He's hanging out at 21C for part of that interview in Rolling Stone.
That's right. So he loves 21C. He loves Louisville. We love people who love Louisville, right?
Yeah, we love that.
So it was interesting when we were talking about having the party. Jack told me that he used to play in the park across the street from 21C.
Oh, wow.
His parents had a shop on Main Street, and at that time, the whole corner was vacant. We started 21C 16 years ago. So it's a long time ago. I can't believe it's been that long.
Time's flying.
But anyway, Jack sang about 21C, and of course, I immediately loved the fact that he'd done that. So I called him, and we talked about doing the party together. And a lot has happened to Jack since that first conversation. So we're excited to have him coming, and he's going to bring some friends with him. We don't quite know who they'll be.
Oh, it's a surprise.
But, he's dropping a record the following day.
I heard.
So it's going to be a big weekend for Jack.
And this is going to be a big party.
Yeah.
Any surprises that you've heard of that may happen at this party? It's not a surprise when you tell us, but I'm not going to tell anybody else. Go ahead.
I think people who come to our parties know that to expect surprises.
Right.
But we've got a DJ coming from Berlin, Noah Becker, whose parents were famous in their own right. Barbara, his mother, is a model, and she's done several television things. His father was a tennis pro. So it's going to be nice to have him back. He did a party for us in Miami in December. There's a performance artist named Narcissus Sister who's done some other things for me from New York. She's coming. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And, and I love the fact that this is benefiting such an important cause right here in Kentucky, and a cause that is very near and dear to your heart because you're from Western Kentucky.
I am from West Kentucky. I was raised in Wickliffe, Kentucky, and I went to school at Murray State. So, I drove back and forth through Mayfield the whole time I was down there, and the idea that I just was down there about 10 days ago, and it's incredible that it was so devastating. It looks as bad today. I didn't see it the day after the tornado, but realizing that they've been working so hard for these many months and it still flattened, yes. It'll be years before it's back to normal.
So proceeds from this party go to help what's happening in Western Kentucky, or what we want to happen, which is a build back.
Yes, the Governor Beshear started this fund, and I think they've raised over $50 million now, and people can donate just by writing a check and sending it to the treasurer's office, and it is tax deductible. But this party is going to benefit the fund, and I feel like we're lucky to be able to celebrate Derby, and it's a good opportunity to help people who aren't so lucky.
Oh, absolutely. And I love that about everything that you do, is that you always tie back to a cause. It's not just Steve's throwing a party or Steve's doing this. It's always Steve's doing this because, right? There's always a cause and an effort. And I also like this other tie-in with the party is that there's this incredible one-of-a-kind silent auction of the artwork in 21C. Tell me about that.
Well, Laura and I have been collecting for 25 years. And as you know, the exhibits at 21C come from our collection.
Yeah.
So collectors like to collect, and they rarely decollect. They rarely sell anything. So, but we thought this would be a good opportunity to again help the fund and share art from the collection with people. So there will be an exhibit of works by different artists from the collection, and also some photographs my wife took in the South Pole,
Oh,
which
wow.
are quite stunning. Huge, incredible icebergs.
One of a kind pictures and
One of a
artwork
kind.
that people are going to be able to bid on. It's going
That's
to be
right.
incredible to see. Last week we had on your team from Hermitage and Barn 8, and we mentioned Steve is also the founder and owner of Hermitage Farm Barn 8, which has kind of transformed kind of that landscape over there. And they're doing such great work, especially with Allison Settle, who
Yes.
is amazing. We had a member of your team with us for Earth Day, ahead of the Wendell Berry dinner.
Yes, Wendell Berry
and
was there.
isn't it just amazing? Do you just have to pinch yourself to think Barn 8 is on fire, not
Yes,
literally
it's
on fire, but you
exciting.
know that's what the kids say. It's on fire right now.
Right. I'm learning
Uh-huh.
a lot of these.
I'm with you. I get
younger
it.
phrases.
I'm learning too.
Well, yes, we opened Barn 8 at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, of course, and so that was a very difficult time for all restaurants, especially one starting up. But it's been really amazing. Allison, as you mentioned, was nominated for a James Beard Award and only been open 2 years. So
Yeah.
it's been very exciting, and we're really thrilled to be able to show off Kentucky at Barn 8 and Hermitage Farm. The idea is for tourists and travelers who come to Kentucky, they can see everything that Kentucky is famous for in one place.
I mean, for most people, coming to Kentucky to see a working horse farm is unlike anything they've ever seen before,
Right.
let alone an authentic farm-to-table restaurant of that caliber
Right, so-
is huge.
And bourbon. So
Yeah.
I figure if people come to Kentucky for the bourbon trail or they come to see the races or horses, so at Hermitage they can see both.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, I'm glad to. Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure. Please tell Laura Lee we said hello.
I will.
We got to get her on the show sometime. If you
You
can
bet.
put in a good word for us.
I will.
Oh, and Jack Harlow too. I know he's busy right now, but I'm just thinking,
I can't
maybe
speak
some.
for Jack.
Oh man.
I
All
can
right.
promise Laura Lee, but
I'm
not
just
for-
saying. All right. We want to remind everybody that tickets are $500 per person and available to purchase at stevesderbyeve.com. Is that the correct website?
right.
That's awesome. All right, getting things right here. Tickets include food and access to open bar. Entertainment for the evening will be internationally known DJ, as Steve just talked about, DJ Noah Becker, with an additional DJ to be announced. There is no dress code for the event. You're invited to come as you are and, of course, celebrate while supporting your fellow Kentuckians.